Yeah. There it is. There we are.
Oh, shit, I sleep on my face. No, I haven't gotten a haircut in like 2 weeks, bruh.
I got a haircut today.
I see you. Yeah, young Kevin Love, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, we ain't had time for any maintenance.
Crispy in this vid.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn that down. We here, man.
I'm still tired.
Feel like we were just here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So, but yeah, good to be back as always.
Yeah.
Man, 291, bro. We're almost at 300. We almost at 300, man. We might have to watch 300 on 300 and do a commentary on 300 on 300.
I'm with that.
Or just do an all Chief Keef day, whatever you want to do. 300.
We could do that. Do 300 everything. I'm with that.
Rate the best 300th episodes on certain shows.
I really like that movie 300 too. So
hell yeah,
the first one. I wouldn't be opposed.
The first one.
Yeah. We ain't doing nothing else.
But yeah, man, what's up, man? Sure. How you be? Chris is like fresh from a nap right now.
I ain't got nothing for you. My boy. I'm enjoying these pickles. I'm drinking wine. I'm eating like a pregnant woman right now, minus the wine. I guess you can't drink wine while you're pregnant, or whatever they say. But pickles and wine, I don't know if that's a kosher meal. You know what I mean?
I mean, fruit and wine is great, so I ain't mad at it.
Pickles are fruit?
What? No, I think you said pineapple, bro.
I'm eating pickles, bruh.
You said pineapple, G.
No, I said pickles.
You eating the hot pickles.
You thought I was talking about hot pineapples?
You said pineapple, bro. We can roll the clip.
I did not say pineapples, bro.
Roll the clip back, somebody.
Pickles. I got some pineapple juice in there. Speaking of, Simply has cross-pollinated with Gold Peak tea. Yuck. No, nigga.
It's good. I don't like Gold Peak tea.
This shit is I fuck with Gold Peak.
Okay.
This shit is at another motherfucking level, nigga.
Okay.
They got the lemonade tea, then they got black tea with like simply raspberry as well. They coming for Ocean Spray. You feel me? They coming for their spot.
I mean, I'll try it, Chris.
Dog, I got 3 jugs in the refrigerator right now, nigga.
That's how real it is.
3, dog.
Bro, you know how good that gotta be? Chris just paid his rent and he's like, I gotta get 3 jugs of this shit.
I have to get 3 jugs, bro.
Well,
oh God.
I tried this place called Swig.
Okay.
It's new to Texas. It's basically like a leveled up Sonic, to be honest with you. That's kind of what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn this all the way down.
You're talking my language right now.
Yeah, so
where's it from originally?
Man, I think it's like somewhere in the Midwest, I think. I'm not really super positive. I just know they opened Arlington first, and then they're building one right by my house here in Grand Prairie, and it opens like next week.
Here you go, Swig Train. Let me see.
Yeah, but they specialize in like dirty sodas is what they specialize in. So
when we in Texas, we like dirty sodas.
Yeah, but they also have fruity drinks and shit too. But
Swig is a drive-through soda fountain chain primarily located in the Western United States. The chain, known for its popular dirty sodas, was founded in April 2010 by Nicole Tanner in St. George, Utah. Since then,
Utah
has
it definitely seems like some Utah shit. But yeah, because me and my son saw it at the Grand Prairie one. I was like, oh, that place. So I went over there afterward to try to get me and my wife a drink, and they weren't open yet, but like everything was up, And then the guy came outside. He was like, "Hey, we're opening sometime next week. We're like almost done." He's like, "But there's one in Arlington if you want to try us." And then he gave me a coupon for a free drink. He was like, "Here, just go over, give this to them. They'll give you a free drink." I was like, "Oh, bet." So I drove to the Arlington one, and I was like, choose between two flavors. So I was like, let me just choose the free drink on the other flavor, and then this one. And then Shelby got like what's called she got a Sprite one. Shelby's was like cranberry Sprite and like lime. I got this one is the Life's a Peach, which is it's Dr. Pepper half and half and peach, and it's pretty good. And then I got the other one I got was called the Happy Camper, which was root beer, toasted marshmallow, and half and half.
When you say half and half, what is that?
Like cream sauce.
Oh,
half.
So you didn't try no food; you just got drinks.
The only food they got is like cookies and pretzels. I didn't try that shit.
Wait, so how much is a drink?
Oh, they're pretty cheap. Like I think they started like $2.89 or something like that.
That's standard.
Yeah.
So they literally only serve drinks.
Yeah, it's drinks, and then they sell pretzel bites and cookies. Like it's just a drink stand. Like the place is tiny, like super tiny.
But their drinks are worth it. You would say.
Yeah, both the ones I had were good. That toasted marshmallow one was crazy. It literally tastes like a toasted marshmallow. Like that shit was good as hell. Their most popular is like the Texas Tab, which is like the coconut, Dr. Pepper, and the half and half. But I don't really like coconut like that. So
yeah, coconut's extreme bitch.
But yeah, I got that, and then I got my blueberry tea. But anyway, enough of the shooting this shit, man. How was your week? I know you've had an interesting week, I know, but
yeah. Don't I always though? This shit only happened to me.
That only happens to you. You do have some random shit happen to you though, for sure.
It only happened to me. I can't. Anybody else has this story? We were meant to be friends or lovers. This shit's crazy. The most random shit that happened, that storm that passed through the other day. It knocked the power out of my job for like 2 hours.
That's so random, yeah. Because it was raining, but I didn't know if it was hard enough to cause us.
Oh no, nigga! Yeah. The whole block, subway, niggas couldn't even eat fresh, dog. Shit, we was out for 2 hours, and then, shit, I just went in the back. We had a little love seat and a little foot thing that matched this love seat. Just went back there, kicked up, bruh. Felt like Homer Simpson, bruh. I was leaned back in that bitch, finna go to sleep. And my boss got the text from Encore saying that the power wouldn't be back on until 4.
Okay.
So I was like, oh no, we not staying. So before I could let the rest of the coworkers know, me and the other manager on duty had a little powwow, like how we finna do this or whatever. Cause we had to get the okay for our GM to close the store and or whatever. He was not going for it. And lo and behold, power popped back on, so we had to go back to work.
Okay.
Which was okay with me because the power went out around 11. Excuse me, came back on around 1. Mm-hmm. I left at 4:30, so I was pretty much just breezing through my day. Other than that, pretty standard week. Nothing too crazy outside of what happened last night. So I'm not quite ready to get into because I don't know if there any charges will be brought up in the near future.
Yeah, let's leave that one alone right now. Like that.
I don't want to have any records for them to go back on and shit like that.
That one's a little not right now, bro.
Alex did call me though about it.
Yeah.
But me and Alex haven't talked since early March. We had a little brother tiff.
Okay.
So when he called, I knew what the call was finna be about, and literally that's all we talked about, and then we hung up. But
some other shit. Just handle business and go about your day.
Yeah. Smoking stack, nigga. Tuesday had tweeted German trenches, Nick. German trenches, Nick. I'm trying to think of anything else. Like I can't. The week. I mean, what's today? Thursday. My week's just been thrown off. To be
Yeah,
honest. Like,
yeah. This week has been weird. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. What
If
about you? What you got going on?
Speaking of sinners, so they heard the outcry from fans and they're putting it back on IMAX in for like a limited time because Thunderbolts comes out tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna replace it in the IMAX theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But Warner Brothers was like, "We heard you. We're gonna put it back out." And then the theaters that had it, people were buying the tickets.
Sold out.
Yeah, and it crashed the AMC website. I was like, bro, what? Like, that's crazy that they crashed the AMC website for that shit. That's wild. But yeah, my week, it's nothing like crazy's happened. It's just been like a off kilter week almost, right? With not only with the topics we're talking about today, all the shit that happened, and then like, yeah, I don't know. But it's end of the month, like, end of the month for me at work is like crazy. So like having the end of the month in the middle of the week is like a weird thing. And then Ronan's like fully crawling now, and
Hey, out to Ronan, man.
his tooth is right there, like it's almost all the way out. So like we need that to happen because he's been so pissed off by his teething. So we need that to come on, basically. But yeah, nothing in particular like really crazy happened on my end, like nothing like you. But
Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
Your neighborhood, are you what they call a HOA?
but like we don't have a homeowners association over here. Yeah.
Okay, bet. So, the police went through my parents' neighborhood and put like those orange stickers on all the vehicles, motor vehicles, whatever that's been sitting there for a while. I
Okay.
guess I don't know exactly how the police would know that these vehicles have been sitting outside for a while. I'm guessing the city has something to do with that. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting because, well, for one, I don't know if it was like throughout the whole neighborhood. My dad's little trailer, he had it parked on the street. They put it on his car. My neighbors have 2 broken down cars on the street. They only put a sticker on one of the cars though, not both. But they both are not running, and they both been sitting.
Okay.
Then the house across the street, they put one on the car, and then one further down the road, they put one on. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, is there some racism at play? Or one of the neighbors hating? Because these are the 2 things that came in my mind quick. But my neighbors are white. The one across the street from me is Hispanic. The one down the street, I'm not sure because that house is like a rental. So there's always different families in that house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't know who that car belongs to. It wouldn't be the people. Yeah, so I don't know. So my dad was like, somebody called on us and that trailer been sitting out there. It's been fine. I bet it was such and such and wooty wooty blah blah blah. And I was like, I don't know, man. The neighborhood, there's 2 schools in the neighborhood.
Yep.
I'm thinking the city is like about to do something in that area to where they want it to be a certain way. I'd get all the cars that have just been sitting off the street. But I'm just trying to figure out how would they even know like these shit's been out here since 2019 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to be reporting that shit.
Yeah, HOA shit's weird, man. It could be a number of things. Like they got a new HOA person and they're just cracking down finally. That could be possible as well. Because I remember the Beachview house,
Mhm.
by the lake, like that HOA was so fucking annoying. Like just every, you remember my driveway before I got it
Yeah.
fixed was like fucked up, right? Like it
Yeah.
was, and I inherited that. Like that's just how it was when I got the house. Like
Yeah.
basically the foundation was so messed up that literally the driveway
Was like broken
was
too.
below the sidewalk. So like,
Yeah.
and when I used to drive my car to park it, it would like scrape, like because it was so low. So I couldn't really get in my driveway. So I had to park on the street, and they kept giving me notices about parking on the street. And I'm like, do you see my thing? So we had a whole like thing about like whose responsibility it was, because like the sidewalk is technically the city's property,
Yeah.
and then the driveway is mine, right? So like, I'm like, y'all gotta fix the sidewalk, and I gotta fix the foundation. So eventually we had to do all this meeting shit to get that taken care of. So we got the foundation, the driveway fixed, and then they had to get this. It was like annoying that we had to do that. Like, yeah, but they had to, and then when they started fixing it, they tried to get me again. I was like, where am I going to park? My driveway is all drilled out.
Yeah. Literally, it was just the you could see the wire. You know how they do the
It was. I was like, there's no way I can park in my driveway. I was like, what are y'all talking about? It was like asinine shit like that. So I mean, that just pissed me off. And then they get you for like when your branches are hanging into the sidewalk and everything. It's annoying. Like it HOA shit's annoying. And then you got to pay them to be annoying. Like so, because it's always HOA fees in your shit. Fuck that shit, man. But
yeah, I don't know. The saga continues. I'm definitely gonna be paying attention to that. Oh, I did buy my first house plant.
Nope, you official now. You moved in.
Making big boy
You got a plant.
Got an aloe vera. Called Dalton's. Called Shelby.
Yeah.
To get some green thumb tips. You know what I mean? Got an aloe vera. They say you're supposed to name it and all that shit, but I'm a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's plant. You know what I'm saying?
That's plant.
And plant be chilling. But anyways, there's been some conversation that was like reminiscent of the old days. Excuse me. The old days of Twitter happening.
Yeah. Oh, so you want to do this first?
Oh yeah, we finna dive right in.
Okay, so yeah. Two main things today, but this is the first one. Let's get it going, Chris.
Yeah. So somebody was like, I think on Twitter, just posted random. I think 100 men can beat one fully grown silverback gorilla.
They just got to be dedicated to this shit.
Got to be dedicated. And then that tweet spawned a life of its own, bro.
Definitely OG Twitter vibes for sure, because it even got like scientists talking about this shit. So like
scientists, sports analysts, comedians, everybody's been talking about this. And the real joy about the conversation for me personally is that you get to see like people's thought process on how they would approach the situation and the determination of man. You know what I'm saying? With just your brain and your bare hands, what can you achieve or whatever? I think most rational thinking. First of all, do you believe 100 men could take a gorilla?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay.
What were you about to say? Let's get into our shit in a minute.
I think most rational people would be like, you could be, yes, 100 men could beat a gorilla.
Okay.
I am on that side. I believe 100 men to start a fight with a gorilla, yes. Will there be 100 men by the end of the fight?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
There's nobody that can say that. Like that. We can all agree that people gonna die. Right?
Somebody's gonna die, right?
Yeah.
That first nigga, Dalton.
Oh. He got to be like, he got to be the one that know he on the way out. He's just like,
Yeah.
I'm here to just get y'all.
Give me a nigga that's terminally ill, still got some, some go about him. He's like, yo, I'm checking out anyways. I'm gonna be the first one to rush.
I'll be the distraction. Y'all go left. Y'all go right.
Like that clip of that dude in Jurassic Park where he think he finna fuck up the
No, that's from Kong. Yeah.
Oh, that's from Kong. Okay,
King
I thought it was
Kong,
Jurassic Park. Yeah, he tried to pull the grenade. That nigga said, yeah,
Whoop.
no,
Hit him with the tail. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna go bad for that first guy.
Uh-huh.
Probably the first 40 guys.
Okay, hold on.
You got a graph or some shit? What you looking at?
I got. I'm gonna read it. Hold on. Okay.
I wanna meet the niggas that sign up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So okay, but let's get into the meat. But like so, yeah. So it's been a lot of discourse on this, right? I'm talking about like just debates on this shit. Like I'm talking about like I said, there's literally I'm looking right now. Look, Rolling Stone, NBC News, Forbes, USA Today, National Geographic, like all these people are writing about this shit. Like, and it's funny because I think this question was actually pondered like 7 years ago when TikTok was like first rolling off, and it kind of like was whatever. But it really popped up like I said on that guy tweeting that tweet, and there's that simple like just went berserk for some odd reason. Yeah, so I need to. They always put this shit in kilograms for some reason.
Oh, you got stats.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay. So a silverback gorilla is what they talk about, right? Like that's the biggest primate on the planet. Is the silverback gorilla. Yeah, so the silverbacks are stronger than 20 adult humans combined.
First 20 out of there then. Got it.
Any adult gorilla. Yeah, so yeah, they can lift or throw up to 815 kilograms, which is 1,796 pounds, right? So they can.
That's about 20, 30 niggas right there.
Yeah, but and that's just off like just doing lifting, right? Like imagine that at like full ferocity, like your head is gone, right? Your neck is just detached, right?
Like what Kingpin did to the police commissioner, nigga.
Yeah,
so whoever the fuck it was.
So here's my thought process with this, Chris. I actually can see both happening, right? 100 men versus the gorilla, right? If you just look at like, because obviously, if we're talking about like, are we talking bare knuckle? Are we talking weapons? Because a lot of the argument people like, we used to hunt woolly mammoths, right, and take them down like as a unit. And I'm like, yeah, with spears, and then they also, those motherfuckers were like way stronger than us too, because they were like doing that shit every day to survive. Like I can't imagine how muscular or strong those motherfuckers were back in the day. But yeah, so they were taking woolly mammoths down, but like because look, like gorillas are pure muscle, right? That's just all muscle, like which is like an armor, right? So like if you're just throwing 100 men at like a one gorilla, like because they're also very docile, so like they gotta want to fight too. That's another thing. But I'm just gonna assume they're ready to go, right? So like if
they're gonna be ready. If
the gorilla's ready to go, like the ferocity is gonna be at a different level than just like normal guys could produce. Like they're just gonna be at it. Now, on the other side of the coin, like yes, if 100 men are like, okay, on May 15th we're fighting a gorilla, like, and they get together and they make a cohesive plan, yes, they're gonna eventually, the gorilla is going to run out of stamina.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a battle of attrition, right? They can just wear it out, and there's going to be so much like blunt force trauma by the end of it for the gorilla. Like he might just die from he might just die from
Also,
exhaustion.
though,
Yeah,
I told you this on the phone the other day. We talked about this in real life. I talked about this with my dad in real life. I told Dalton, because my dad mentioned it, he was like, if a gorilla see 100 anything running towards him, he's probably going to run.
Yeah.
So that's like factor number one for me. But like you were saying,
we're just assuming they're going to fight.
Yeah,
like it's going to happen.
He's got to want to fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the end of it, yeah, you're going to wear it down. It's just a numbers game. But the thing is, again, how many niggas is going to die before it dies?
That's the question.
That's the real question.
I think that's the bigger question, right?
That should be the question. Because, yes, obviously, again, 100 men, yes, we could kill a gorilla. But
okay,
you going to lose, like...
Yeah, because look, let's just use the number 20. So they're stronger. They're 20 humans combined in strength wise, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that means every 20 people is like normal strength for him. So like every one human is like a fraction that he needs to use, right? So like,
right.
He gonna knock. Man, I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. You probably losing, but I'm gonna say around 65 people. Dead.
I want to say 62, bro.
65 people dying in this fight,
like off the rip, bro.
Yeah.
Some of it might be like
because if he is full stamina at the beginning of this fight. I'm talking about his speed and strength is just gonna be unmatched. Like he's gonna be like in there they gonna look like cartoon characters the way he's slapping them around, bro.
They gonna be
literally he can crush our skull. He gonna grab us, crush skulls, and then throw them at each other, bro. He gonna swing them around. It's gonna look like a Omni-Man holding Mark in the train. It's just like
exactly.
It's gonna be nuts.
Exactly. Then you gotta think about the bride, right? From Kill Bill. She had to fight 100 niggas before she went to the final boss, nigga. She didn't get through that bitch unscathed. Bro.
No.
I don't care how badass you is, nigga.
She ran out of stamina. She was tired.
She was tired. So when she went and fought the boss, bro, she got even more fucked
because Go-Go was giving her some work for a little bit after she was wore out. Like she kicked her in the chest with a steel ball, man.
Yeah, that's what we got to keep into perspective.
100's still 100, right? That's a big number.
100's still 100, yeah.
And then, like I said, if they have a plan where they can get it maybe pinned down or like they would like.
Ain't no bro. If a gorilla allows you to pin it down, leg, arm, it's strong enough to be like, bitch, what? Like,
I'm saying you got to find a plan though. Like you could let's get it near like a tree branch or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the plan is to tire the nigga out and then work.
Battle of attrition. Yeah.
Allegedly, I don't know if this is real. Allegedly, this was years and years ago. Mike Tyson paid or tried to pay a zookeeper $10,000 to fight a gorilla, bro.
We would not have Mike Tyson.
Obviously, the zookeeper.
A one-on-one fight is insane.
I think Mike might have got that nigga. Though.
No, bro, what are we talking about right now?
We talking about Iron Mike. And we talking about Mike Tyson in his prime. He's sleeping the gorilla, bro.
He not sleeping the gorilla. No, he's not.
Yes, he is, bro. I just have that much faith.
No.
In prime Mike, I'm gonna eat your children.
Now,
I'm gonna make love to you, Mike.
I will say that fight would have been interesting because I bet you Mike Tyson would have bit his ass. He would have did some
he would have did whatever it took to win. And he wanted to see the will of a man. How far can we push this shit to the brink? You feel me? But me personally, I think I could take a gorilla. I tweeted the other day, just give me a good 8 ball. I'm leaving that bitch with a fur coat, A gorilla hat
Man,
and some gorilla loafers. I'm walking up out that bitch.
that is gonna be. It gonna look crazy. The aftermath of the battle gonna
No,
look
it's gonna
nuts.
be insane. My dad was like, I wouldn't want to be in that number, and I wouldn't want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine how gruesome that shit would be? Like, it's gonna be some biblical times type
And these
shit, bro.
motherfuckers can jump like a motherfucker too.
Niggas is getting mollywopped. Like, you made a perfect example. Omni Man and Mark. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that gorilla's gonna do at least 60 times.
Yeah.
He's gonna recreate that scene
And I'm
at
just
least
seeing
60
him.
times.
I'm thinking, envisioning him just grabbing motherfuckers and then throwing them against each other. Like,
Or slamming them on the
yeah.
ground,
Like,
anything, bro.
he gonna do the
Like,
Hulk Loki shit. Let's boom,
yeah.
boom, boom,
Yep.
boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Niggas not ready to fight no gorilla, bro. That
Yeah. Let's just wait for Mr. Beast to make a video somehow about this.
they already say he evil anyway, so he would be the man for the job.
Yeah.
But they got to get Danny McBride to host it.
Yeah, that'll work.
Danny McBride and Kevin Hart. I think that would be the two perfect hosts.
That's
for that
nuts. That is the weirdest combo I've ever heard for it.
Get Dana White to
Set it up.
Set it up. Get the gorilla. We want a strong nigga too, man. We need a strong gorilla. Prime. He just took over the pack from his grandpa or something.
Like
shit.
he's Turco from Tarzan.
Yeah, he got to be the one.
I'm sorry, Kerchak.
Kerchak.
Yeah.
Kerchak. Yeah, there you go. He got to be the one, nigga.
Yeah.
Everybody fear. He just took over a couple niggas banana traps, nigga. Like, he out here. You know what I'm saying? He got to be that nigga. Stoic. You feel me? He got to be the what did Jamie Foxx say in Django? I am the 1 in 100 nigga, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
He got to be that. He got to be biologically, physically he got to be a specimen for real. Like, on the average, if a gorilla standing up is 6'5" or something, this nigga got to be 7 foot. You feel me? Like, he just got to be above average in everything. Like, height, weight, speed, all that shit. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get the Army Reserve. Get 100 niggas from the Army Reserve. All right. Tell them niggas, say their goodbyes. Okay, we don't know if we coming back from this one. Drop they ass off in the middle of the jungle with this nigga. We gonna name him I like Kerchak. Let's just say Kerchak. We gonna drop him out there with Kerchak. And we gonna see. Put cameras up around that bitch. Have Kevin Hart, Danny McBride.
Someone's gonna try to
play.
This is gonna be made into a movie or something. Someone's gonna do something with this premise. I'm guaranteeing it's gonna happen.
Yeah, Tubi probably.
Because you know those YouTube channels that be like, that put like the fictional characters against each other. Be like, what if Wolverine fought Deadpool? What if Wolverine fought a Predator? Like all that kind of shit. Like,
yeah,
they're going to make a video about this.
Yeah.
And it's probably not gonna be very pretty. like,
I hope homie who made that tweet had a blue check so he could get paid.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that tweet got like over 1 million impressions or some shit.
Yeah, shout to him. But yeah, I think the humans could do it. It's gonna be a long day. I know that.
Some niggas won't make it home, man.
No, they got to be able to live through. They got to be able to be okay with the carnage, because there's gonna be some carnage in motherfucker. They gonna see some shit they never see before.
I'm talking biblical times, nigga.
But
German trenches.
yeah. So that was one of the big things of the week. Okay.
Have you talked about it with anybody outside of like the friend group, like you and Shelby, or?
No, I told my father-in-law about the premise,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, oh nah. He didn't say what his opinion was, but he just said, oh nah.
Yeah.
So,
That's a universal for like. All right,
yeah,
man.
but
I'm checking out.
yeah, but so we 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 touched on it just barely last week. But the other big story of the week is the NFL draft and what transpired over the course of this NFL draft. Very, very interesting draft in general. A lot of very strange things happening. Prank calls. Records broken for watching the third day of draft, which no one ever watches.
Yeah.
So, if you're not in this football or sports, it's so basically Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders, was projected to be a first-round pick. He was graded as the second best quarterback in the draft class, and he didn't get drafted until the 5th round of the NFL draft. I believe he was the 144th or 5th pick. So there is also saying that 144 players are more valuable than him as well. He was linked to a couple teams before the draft started, which was the Giants, the Raiders, the Steelers, and the Saints. All teams that need quarterbacks, right? And all those teams passed over him multiple times. Like, I'm talking about some of them had 2 or 3 picks in one round and still didn't pick him, right? Very, very strange occurrence. But him sliding into day 3 was viewed by 7.2 million people. Like, no one watches that day, but everybody was just tapped in to see when or if he would get drafted. There was a point where people thought maybe he doesn't get drafted at all and he ends up undrafted, which would have been crazy in itself. But he ended up.
How many people went above him?
144.
Or there's 100. Well, okay, go ahead.
But so he went in the 5th round. He finally got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. What's interesting about that is literally the round before that, they drafted another quarterback. So they drafted 2 quarterbacks in one draft. And one of them was Shedeur Sanders, who happens to be, very high profile right now. His name carries a lot of celebrity and you got it. Like, you go sell tickets with the name on a ticket, right? Like, so. And then they when they're in their press conference or whatever, when they talked about the draft, like, they didn't seem excited about drafting him at all. Like, it was just kind of like a, here, motherfucker, we got your ass.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of discussion about why this happened, and I've been seeing a lot of divide on this, right? Especially, unfortunately, racially, right? Like, there's a lot of talk about that. So my father-in-law called me for this specific topic. He said, I want to hear your opinion about this because, like, I know you have one, right? Like, right. And the first thing he said to me, he's like, do you think there's collusion about this? Like, and I was like, collusion is a word, but I would say more about example. That's what I would say. They're making an example, right? So now this isn't everybody, but like most of the time, right? The draft for these kids is like life changing, right? Like, it's like they put their parents gave everything they could to get them to this point. Like, this is like the life changing moment for them and their family most of the time. I'm not saying these people aren't like they're well off or whatever, but sometimes this is like life changing money for the entire family, when they buy their mom a house and all that stuff, because like I wanted to like pay up my parents' debt. Like, that is not Shedeur Sanders' case, right? Like, so
Period.
him, he has nothing to lose in any way. And then also him not being bothered is a telltale sign as well, right? Like, so that was one, like, okay, like, you don't need us, right? You don't need us. We'll see if you don't need us or whatever. And then 2 is the speculation about how he went into his like meetings with these teams, because you essentially interview with these teams, right? Like, if you're a first round prospect, you're going in and you're doing like situational interviews and then like learning about you as a person, all that kind of stuff. It's a job interview, right? Like, if you go into a job interview, you know, you're trying to get the job, right? Like, if I'm there, I'm like, okay, I'm answering the questions, blue, and I go about my day. The weird thing about this is they keep saying an anonymous person told me this. Anonymous person told me this. It's all these anonymous motherfuckers that have all this information, right? They're saying he was going into these interviews with his headphones on, not paying attention, and he was like not doing the assignments and stuff. Like, they gave him like a situation assignment. The Giants was the example they gave. Like, they gave him like an assignment, like what package, and they said he was offended they even asked him the question, right? Like, now I don't know if this is true. I'm just saying this is what the anonymous people are saying, that he had a bad attitude, basically acting like, you know, like, I'm the shit. Like, what? I don't have to answer these stupid questions. Do you want me here or not? Kind of thing, right?
Right.
And to those people that are thinking that is the end all be all for draft, you're delusional. At the end of the day, these people don't give a fuck about that shit. Is maybe 10% of it, right? Because there has been way worse motherfuckers that have gone first round and they've done some wild shit. And I'm gonna give you some examples in a minute, but I'm talking about like they've done wild shit and they want to know if you can sell tickets and you can help the team, right? Are you gonna, you know, lead us to the next level or for the next blah blah blah? And then like, are you gonna be the face of this franchise and all this stuff? Can you help the team? Are you talented? They look at skills more than anything. And a lot of people, the skill set for him is all over the place for what people think about him, right? Because his dad's been his coach forever. I think the biggest mistake Shedeur made was letting Deion be his agent. I think that's the biggest mistake he made. Because not only is your dad Deion Sanders, like your dad is known as primetime. He's known as being like a mega diva. That was like his thing, right? The boy didn't even, like, the boy, when he went to his combine, literally ran the 40, then left the rest of the drills because he knew he was getting drafted, right? Like, you need a real agent in these situations so they can negotiate on your behalf to get you in the door for these places, right? Like, I don't care how high profile you need an agent. Like, I would not say Deion would be the man to go to for this kind of thing. Because he even before he was like, we're only going to consider a couple teams. You can't really say that, right? Like that's what Deion said. We're only going to consider a couple teams. Like,
no,
so,
I'm with you.
But to the thing about his like demeanor and his attitude, right? I'm going to start with my guy, Cam Newton, right? When Cam Newton got drafted, he had all this scrutiny about him, a lot, because he got kicked out of Florida for a stolen laptop incident. And then they were talking about his dad was taking bribes from these colleges to get his son recruited, right? That was all through his thing. And people were talking about his professionalism and a lot of his shit. But guess what? He still went on for fucking win, draft pick, right?
Yeah.
Johnny Manziel was a fucking nutcase, right? Like, this man was, before he even got to NFL, was partying with like LeBron and all these motherfuckers. he was doing coke off of girls on live on camera. Like, he didn't care. This man admitted to not watching any fucking film, and he still went in the first round. And guess what he did in the NFL? He was fucking ass.
Yeah.
But because he was too so worried about partying and doing all this other shit. But he still went. That's what I'm saying. That you want to talk about personality profiles? That's not what this is, bro. It's not. I think the name has something to do with it as well. Like
100%.
Yeah, like, of course. I mean, nepotism exists. Like, but he can't help who his dad is.
I'm gonna let you get your shit off.
And then another thing about all this as well is, like, even if you don't think he's the best, like the best quarterback on the board, or like whatever, like, it would not hurt to have him on your team. Like, I don't think in any way any of those teams I named could have used him on the roster.
100%.
At the very least. Now, fifth round is crazy. Like, I don't, like, if you didn't go in the first round, fine. But him falling to 5 is crazy. And I'm trying to remember what I was about to say. I mean, also going in the 5th round also kills like all your money too. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get like, I think he lost like millions of dollars just by falling that far. But I mean, luckily he's not hurting for it, and he also had the NI deal in college, and he's gonna have endorsements out the ass. So like, he gonna get his bread, but like, it's just it was very odd for the week. I mean, it's been a lot of discourse about it for sure. What was your thought that you're saying that what'd you want to say?
First and foremost, any team in the NFL should have been dying to get that package deal, which is Deion and his son. You ask me why, I say what I always say every podcast. Culture, nigga.
Yeah.
The football in general, from what has been reported and what people have been saying, because I don't watch football. I don't give a fuck about football. Only the Super Bowl and
Playoffs.
I got to hear what Jerry doing, that because I'm here, so I have to hear about it. But what Deion and Shador did in Jackson for Jackson State, what they went and did for the Buffs in Colorado, to me, they have been the moment in football for the last few years. Like, bigger than the NFL. So when you get the opportunity to get this kid in the NFL, you try to humble him. But it really ain't even about him. It's about his pops. The NFL still mad at Deion for what he did, what he was doing back then. But they knew they couldn't do shit about it. Like, and it's not lost on me that the Atlanta Falcons, what was it, defensive coordinator? Son?
Yeah, so that was the second part of this after we got our draft stuff out the way. But so,
because didn't Deion play for Atlanta?
Yeah, that's where he started his career.
Come on, man. You don't see the fortune cookie being cracked. There's no poetry in that. Like, the team you started playing for, your career, your father played for, his son.
So look,
come on, man.
The crazy part about that in general is, like,
this shit bigger than Nino Brown.
Like,
nigga.
Now they're saying that Shooter was the only one called. I'm like, that's even worse. That's even fucking worse, bro.
Worse.
Because they're not. No one is supposed to have your candidates' information. Like, people aren't supposed to know who you're looking at.
Yeah.
Right. And then definitely not supposed to have their personal information available just to have. Like, so for his son to just get the information, that means the man just left it on his desk or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah,
and then dumbass TikTok son was like, "Huh, I better be funny to prick all." His dad lost $100,000 off of this, and then the team got fined for 250.
Aldrich was not aware of his son's actions.
Yeah,
Until after the fact. The defensive coordinator had also been fined $100,000. The team was fined $250,000.
yep.
$350,000 in total, bruh. Which I'm sure to them is like, fuck you money, but that's still like that's crazy. When they said it was Atlanta, bro, I instantly thought about Deion.
Yeah,
because I know he played for the Falcons back in the day. So I was just like, that's too poetic in the sense of like, this is all a fuck you to me. Because like for the reasons like what you said, he's not gonna go in there and kiss y'all ass. He is gonna go in there and give y'all his ass to kiss. But I also think Deion knew it in his day the same way he know it now about his son, what he'll bring to the game. Outside of being a good quarterback, you're going to put asses in seats, and they going to go buy those jerseys. His jersey might be, I'm not going to say might be, his jersey will be the number one selling jersey this season. Mark my words. Because not for nothing, Cleveland's jerseys are fire. Brown and white and orange, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? You could get busy with that shit for real.
Look,
it's better than
they're gonna sell so many tickets, like, and that's a team no one gives a fuck about, right? Like,
it's gonna do so much for Cleveland. LeBron gonna be there.
Yeah,
LeBron gonna be there.
Okay? It's crazy.
LeBron gonna be like, I've always been a Cleveland fan.
I remember what I was about to say earlier. Because people are trying to say he was trying to tank some interviews so he wouldn't go to those teams, right? Like. He didn't want to play for the shitty teams or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sure people do that, and there's one really big example of that happening in real time, like not even like being like an ominous thing. It like really happened. Eli Manning got drafted by the Chargers, and he said, "I'm not gonna play for them." Literally refused. He didn't sign his rookie contract. He refused to play for them. So he got sent to the Giants off of that. So like people do that, right? But I don't like we don't know what happened in these rooms, bro. Let's just get that out the way. We don't know. And don't speculate on that shit, okay? That's like if you're anonymous, like to me that means you're not real. Because like
I want to go back to what your step pops asked you about collusion, and you saying it was more of a humbling thing, and not collusion. Okay, example. You don't think the NFL could have colluded in order to raise the value of the draft? Because even you just said like the third day,
maybe that was the.
You said 7 million people or something.
Watched the third day, some crazy number,
and that's like never happened, right? But you get prime time and his son, and you can stir the pot, both sides racially. Like all the white people gonna want to watch to see. It's just too much to be said.
Yeah.
Too much money. It's like that's the perfect storm. You done went and got like motherfucking. You got another LeBron and Bronny-esque situation, but now you got it in the NFL. And of course, this is going to draw attention. So if I'm Roger Goodell or some assistants, I ain't saying it was Roger. It's somebody high up. Hey, maybe don't pick up the kid right away. Let's see what happens. Because I can see that.
It kept intrigued the whole time. And
whole time.
Now the problem I do have with that is that it took away from a lot of these kids' moment, right? Because
100%.
Because Cam Ward went number one, and Cam Ward got this shit out the fucking.
Don't even remember his name.
And this motherfucker got it out the mud, bro. And like people kind of just disregarded the pick. And I'm like, bro,
all respect due to him, but the moment was bigger than the whole thing.
It was crazy.
And it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't go first, for y'all to make him go in the last round, you know what y'all were doing, bro.
Let me also tell you a crazy thing about Cleveland, though. Cleveland could have got Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders because Cleveland had the second pick, and they traded it to Jacksonville, and Jacksonville got Travis Hunter. But I'm like, bro, if you were going to take him late anyway, you could have got Travis Hunter and his ass, and had the boys back together.
And then built a team around them.
Yeah, but they didn't do it. But also the talent wise, people were, because Shedur's never not played for his dad, right? So can he be coached, right, from another coach? And secondly, is it just because he knows the system is that, you know, what it is? That's enough people talking about his talent or whatever, right? Like, I've heard Khalil call him mid or whatever, like blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I pulled up his stats. I pulled up his stats so you can read it, okay? So in his 4 years of college, he threw for 14,327 yards in his 4 seasons at college. He averaged 71% of his passes. That means one out of every 3 passes is going to make it through, right? Let me do that.
That nigga don't look that tall, 6'2".
He doesn't. But a lot of quarterbacks don't because they're next to huge people.
Yeah, and they're like slim and shit, slender or whatever.
He threw for 134 touchdowns in his college career. To a total of 27 interceptions. So in his entire college career, he only threw 27 interceptions. The most he had in one season was last season. That was 10. There are NFL quarterbacks that throw more than that in a season, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means he's good at protecting the ball, does it not?
Yeah.
So, like, this dude has numbers, right? So the dude that the Saints picked up, Tyler Show, right? His name was Tyler Show.
The Saints were very upset about that.
Bro, this man has been in college for almost 8 years, bro.
Bro, they said
he is 26 years old.
They said he got 5 broke legs.
Yeah.
And 3 broke shoulders. He's been in college for 10 years. What the fuck?
And listen, so you heard me say he's threw for 14,000 yards in his career, right?
Shedeur, right?
Shedeur, right?
Shedeur.
Tyler barely cracked, I think, like 6,000-7,000 in his 8-year career.
How'd he go to college for 8 years? What was his minor? What was he majoring in?
Who knows? He been trying to get to the NFL, man. He made it for now.
So what? If he's been in college for 8 years, he's what, like 20?
He's 26, 27, I think. Like, he old.
That is insane.
That's
nigga.
old, bro. Like, because we drafted a kid who's 21. So, like, that's nuts, right? Like, so.
Wait, Carolina?
Yeah.
Okay, because when you say we, I gotta ask, because
you know I'm not talking about the fucking Cowboys.
I don't know what the Cowboys do this draft.
They got a offensive lineman in the first round. They did pick up a player I do like though, Donovan Ezaraku. He's a defensive player. He's cold. That he gonna be a nice pickup. But yeah, bro. I don't know. It's a very weird situation. There's definitely some shit going on. Like we could talk about all the talent and everything like that. If you want to talk about talent, I don't think there's 144 players better than him, bro. I don't.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
I don't. There's no way. There's no way. Because Tyler Show is not better than him, so that's already out of the way. The quarterback that he got drafted before him is not better than him, so no. Like there's not 144 players better than him. I'm sorry to those people, but they're just not. I don't care whose son he is. I don't care. Like,
This to me, bro. Like at first, I had high hopes. Like before all this shit started spiraling,
yeah,
and then I started paying attention to it because I thought maybe the NFL would like wise up. They didn't had as far as involvement for people who's not into football. You go get Jay-Z, do the halftime shows. Now each halftime show has been outperforming the last. You know what I'm saying? It's only gotten bigger and better, so it's bringing more attention. So I figured they would just keep trying to grow the NFL because we've been hearing numbers about the NFL and how it's not been what it once was. So my thought was, oh yeah, this Deion shit, they finna put on a motherfucking show. He finna go to the Cowboys or some shit. Like
that wasn't gonna happen.
I'm just, me not being a football nigga, I'm just like, it's finna be a movie. You know what I'm saying? If not the Cowboys, a team that's up there.
I thought he was gonna go to the Steelers. That's who I thought he was gonna go to.
Because then
they lost both their quarterbacks in offseason. Russell went to the Giants, and then Justin went to the Jets.
Yeah.
And then they've been in talks with Aaron Rodgers, but he's not. We don't know where he's going. So like, bro,
he don't know where he's
going. I was like, that might have been because then I think Shador could have done really well with a coach like Mike Tomlin, who's like really like on his shit, and he's never had a losing season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I thought it was gonna. I really thought it was gonna be them. I really did, but like, but Cleveland it is, and like I said, like me and Chris said, they're gonna have. The record is gonna be irrelevant this year. They're gonna have a fucking huge uptick in ticket sales. You're gonna have people that never been to games go to that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
So like, just to be like, yo, what's gonna happen? Like, or especially if Shador doesn't end up starting immediately, like
he won't, right?
Probably not. But imagine that like everybody's going, like you're going to the games to be like, I'm gonna be here. He's gonna be in one of these motherfuckers at some point. Yeah. And you're just gonna go for that moment, right? And then if Deion's there, it's just gonna be a whole thing.
Spectacle, bro.
Yeah. But I think he handled it well. I mean, like I said, he didn't really make any statements about it. He was just kind of thank God for the opportunity. And he's just kind of like kept his head up on it. So I'm glad he wasn't sitting here, talking shit online or whatever. He was just chilling. Him and his brother Shiloh didn't get drafted, but he became an undrafted free agent, and then he got picked up by the Buccaneers. So they're both going to get an opportunity to try to make a roster this offseason. But yeah, man, I mean, I wish him all the best. I hope he's successful. As a fan of a former number one pick, Cam Newton, Cam talked a lot of shit, so I'm all about players like that. So like,
what did you hear all the shit he talked about Shador? Did you see that?
Cam?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Oh, brother.
Because I've since he got his little talk show, I've kind of definitely fell off of his shit because like he does have some like.
He basically was like, you went in there and gave them your ass to kids. What did you expect to happen? Like, he wasn't on the right side of history about it. Like, with some people, it ain't made too big of a splash. But he definitely, which I was surprised by that. I thought Cam would have been more like, took a.
That is surprising because like I just discussed, like he had a whole debacle his draft year too.
Yeah, but ultimately though, I mean the kid got drafted, and I think that's dope.
Yeah, and he could. I hope they because the Cleveland has a weird quarterback situation already because you got Mr. Touchy Touch Deshaun Watson still on the roster. They can't get rid of him, but he's been hurt and pooping it up.
I do. It's funny you say. It's funny you brought that up.
What, Deshaun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was unaware of who was representing the alleged victims in his case.
Okay.
Do you know who was representing
Like the
alleged?
lawyer?
Yeah,
No.
the same nigga that went after Jay-Z and the same nigga that's going after Shannon Sharp right now.
Okay.
He did have some shit going with Diddy, so that would be the one not staying in his catalog or whatever. But the Deshaun Watson thing, I mean, that was a situation. But when I found out that Tony Bugsby or whatever represented, shit just started clicking. You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely knew the whole situation was bogus.
Yeah, for sure.
Can't speak on the Diddy situation because I don't want to be, I don't want to get into all that. But I got some thoughts and feelings about that. But Shannon has openly admitted to dating OnlyFans girls because he comes from that school of, this is going to sound crazy to say for some of the listeners, but he comes from the school of, you don't pay them for sex, you pay them to leave. You know what I mean? So, like, that's his mentality with women. He spoke about it numerous times. Cat Williams even said on his shit, "You big dick deviants are going to get y'all's reckoning one day." Little did Shannon know it was
bro.
His day was.
Every time something happens, the Cat Williams interview becomes more and more like, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many gems in there, bro. Because Cat was just dropping fucking bombs and like all this stuff is like happening. So like,
but yeah, I didn't want to get too far off. I was just the Tony Bugsby guy. I mean, he's ambulance chaser type situation. Like,
yeah,
he gonna try to get them. And it's been said that Shannon knew this was coming because Tony was like, "Yo, we'll get 2-3 mil out you and we'll make this go away. But if not, we finna tax your ass."
What they asked for? What was the number they asked for?
$10 million.
$10 million.
No. 50.
$50 million?
50, bruh. 50. You know why I knew it was 50?
We're going to court, bitch. There's no way you can fucking $50 million. What the fuck?
Because niggas is like, $50 million? So you think you kidnapped Chelsea Clinton? Like,
yeah.
This shit is outstanding, bro.
For
$50 million.
That's crazy.
And nobody, I mean, Shannon was like, "Yo, this is, y'all know what this is. Skill. This is
he's,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's not paying $50 million. There's no
$50 million is crazy, dog.
That's dumb.
I'll never see that in my lifetime, and she shouldn't either.
No.
You keep selling pussy. Like, this is outrageous. 50 million, because his deal just, I ain't gonna lie.
And he's taking he had to take a break from ESPN now because of that shit.
Joe Budden made a great point of like,
wait, for real? Joe Budden made a point?
He made a great point.
Okay.
Who makes these announcements
right,
that come down the pipeline of like, oh, LeBron just signed a $350 million deal? Because LeBron's not coming out saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's never the person who's receiving the deal. So once those numbers, it's like blood in the water, nigga. Like, we coming. Every time, nigga, you got more cousins. You know what I'm saying? You remember that time in 5th grade? You know what I'm saying? All that shit get popped up. And it only happened with our people, for real. You don't see niggas going after Post Malone or some shit. Like, they deals never announced. You see him in a Budweiser commercial. You don't even know that he's partners with Budweiser. He's just in the commercial. You think nothing of it. But if LeBron signed a new Nike deal, a lifetime. Well, he already signed the
Years on
lifetime deal,
lifetime,
but
yeah.
like once that was announced, I
Yeah.
mean, oh my god, like niggas was LeBron's on a lifetime deal with Nike. He ain't never got to play basketball again. He ain't won a ring. Michael better. All the shit that they just start talking once anything's announced about you, bro, is crazy. So yeah, that was the point Joe Budden made, and I never put two and two together until I actually thought about it. Like we never, like Drake never. Drake got a little big for his britches because on these records he was like, I just signed a $500 million deal. You know what I'm saying? He'll say that on the song,
Yeah.
and we have to take that as fact. You know what I'm saying? Because why would he cap? Nobody else is going back and saying it's not
I mean,
true.
he has a jet. I was always saying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Shout out to Virgil, R.I.P. to Virgil.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, niggas need to, whoever is getting the information to leak out to the public about these deals, these athletes, entertainers, whoever is signing. Even Ryan Coogler, we just seen it with him. They made a big deal about the deal he made with Warner Brothers. Then in 25 years, he gets the rights back to his movie, and he's making like part of the box office for every showing of the movie as well. And you know, these publications tried to make it a big deal, like it hasn't been happening before.
It's happened before.
Several times.
Yeah.
And also it's not lost on me that Warner Brothers was like, wait, we finna have to give up some IMAX theaters so Marvel can. Nah, we're gonna take some of those back. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Petty Kings Warner Brothers are. They did the right move. I'm behind that. I'm trying to think. Where can we go? Is there anything like anything else? I guess since we're on sports, Timberwolves got it done. Knocked LeBron up out of here. Now LeBron talking about he don't know if he's gonna play basketball next year. That's what a good ass whooping to do. It'll make you sit down and
I mean
and think about some things.
He's old enough to retire whenever he wants now. So
yeah, for sure. What's his 22nd season? I think he will play until his 23rd because of the.
I think he's gonna play until Bryce gets in the league.
Nah, he ain't waiting that long. You know how like everybody,
he's not gonna wait that long.
You know how everybody say like Beyonce is Tina's favorite child, and she treats Solange like a stepchild.
Yeah,
I think that's what Bryce is Bryce is the Solange of the James family.
No way, Bryce is nice.
Solange is nice.
No, yeah, but I think because it would just be another thing. Like he's the first. He has not only does he play with one son, his second son is in the league while he's still in the league. Like that would be crazy.
It'll never be done again.
No, definitely not. No.
Yeah. So, I said it before. I'll say it again. I am an Ant-Man fan. On and off the court, nigga.
He is a wild boy, but he is cold as fuck.
He is what the NBA's been needing, bro.
Yeah.
Because Steph was always clean cut. You know what I'm saying? LeBron always clean cut. Russell was.
Hey, Steph was clean cut, but he was breaking hearts, bro. Yeah. Breaking hearts for years.
Yeah. Yeah. But we need that AI-esque player in the league that just don't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't.
I'm finna ball and I'm finna live my life and I'm finna do what I do, but I'm showing up for the game. And I'm gonna give it my all. So I don't know, about how everybody's gonna advance this shit. I was telling you earlier tonight, I'm very surprised, to me, how evenly matched Houston and Golden State has been. It's been tit for tat. I did catch part of the game. I didn't catch, what game was that? I caught Tuesday's game, I think, if it was Tuesday. But there was a lot of stop and starting in there. Everybody was fighting, and Dylan Brooks had said, "Oh, that's your first foul or first tech or whatever." And Dylan had fouled Steph, so Steph was like, "This your second." And Dylan tried to rip the ball from him. It was a whole little fiasco. It was a bunch of stop and starting in the game, and I wasn't fucking with that. So I turned it off. But the Golden State ended up winning that game. and then Houston just won the most recent game.
Yeah, but it's still 3-2. So
Yeah, so I know we'll get it done. I like Jimmy going to Golden State. I thought it definitely helped them, obviously. So that's all my basketball takes for real. Oh, and Giannis getting into it with
Tyrese Halliburton's dad. Yeah,
I was gonna call that nigga Halliburton. Getting into it with his dad.
Yeah.
I watched that whole little press conference he had or whatever.
Yeah.
I saw the interaction, but I saw what Giannis said too.
About being humble in victory.
Yeah, he was like, my mom comes to the games, and I'm not gonna snitch because where I'm from, snitches get stitches. I was like, what is he up there talking about, bruh? Ultimately, all he was trying to say was that nigga dad was out of line for even running on the court, and not keeping his sportsmanlike.
Cussing at me, yeah.
Which I agree with, and obviously the Pacers did too, because they came to an understanding with the dad. The dad won't be back for any of the games. And even what you say his name, Halliburton?
Yeah.
He also agreed that he was like, yo, my dad was wrong. My dad was in the wrong. Which at first I was like, nigga, I don't give a damn if he was wrong. You don't say that publicly.
Don't condemn him in public.
Right. Like, you take care of that off the court. You privately, apologize. Yeah, but don't say your dad was wrong at the press conference. That's crazy, bruh. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I get it, but like, Kenny wouldn't go for that. I know Keith would have put a boot in your ass if you said some shit like that on national television. My dad was wrong. Nigga, what? Hell no.
I'll say shit right now. My dad was wrong.
I know that. I know you would, but I'm just saying that shit crazy, bro. Yeah. That shit crazy.
Because my dad probably was wrong. It was my dad. It's most likely.
No, I'll tell you. We can move to music right quick. Because we talked about an insane stat today.
Kendrick.
You broke another record.
Yep. Another one.
So Kendrick Lamar's grand opening for the GNX tour sold $9 million. And Eminem held the previous record, which was like 8 point something.
7
mil. And so just here recently, Kendrick Lamar holds the record for the highest grossing concert by a black male artist, earning $11.8 million in Arlington, Texas, nigga. We did that. A lot of Mexicans out here. And becoming the first rapper to surpass 10 million from a single show. His concert at the Bank Stadium in Minneapolis also set a record as the highest grossing concert by a hip hop artist. So yeah. Which that was the 9 million joint we was talking about. So yeah, for all the people online, because Twitter's not a real place. It's just a place people go to
the shout.
Talking to the ecos. People online are saying Kendrick had a bunch of bots and all this, which bots as far as like real people don't listen to Kendrick. It's they're streaming and streaming farms and all that shit. When in reality, you could see from this podcast alone, you could see my growth in becoming a Kendrick fan over the course of the course of our pod, from what to Pimp a Butterfly till now, essentially. So that's just not accurate, and they're still trying to lick the wounds of the boy. Speaking of, the other day was just a year of the Euphoria. It's been out for a year. They were celebrating it, and there was a bunch of conversations happening around the record, which echoed our sentiment. He won the beef off of that song alone. Everything else was just, I'm gonna break you down. They call psychological warfare in your mental. How you all fucked up, cut your hair, grew it back, moved to Texas. You just doing shit because you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
He literally just professionally pacing the room is what's happening.
Yeah, like it's correct. Like I that was like the highlight of my year. Even though like so much great shit happened that year, like that was just
But here's the thing,
that took the
Chris.
cake for me.
His run has still not stopped.
It ain't stopped, bro. It ain't stopped. And he's going to perform in Toronto, bro. He's going. That Atlanta show from the clips that I saw looked crazy. Like they was on his side with the beat. They was singing Not Like Us, like, yeah, Drake do run to Atlanta. Yeah, we tired of that. I think a lot of people don't pay attention to what's like, even with Sauce Walker here in Houston, when he had his issues, not just with Drake, he had it with all the rappers that would just come and like party and fuck the city up, but don't do anything to get back to the city. Drake was a big like proponent of that, but you know, maybe Drake felt it was okay because of his ties with Jay Prince. But a lot of niggas have come out and were like, nigga, we are not scared of a 68-year-old nigga anymore. Like May said it best, like we don't have big homies. like that. Hey, what May said on that about Jay Prince, that's one of those things that's gonna go down in history. He did that. That might be bigger than any song he's ever put out, for real. We are not your little niggas. Like, I don't know what that means. Yeah. But yeah, I saw clips from the show. Have you been seeing clips from the
from the Kendrick shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, they're everywhere. I can't stop seeing. Someone posts them all the time. My timeline is like Sinners, Kendrick Lamar, Gorilla. That's like that's basically what my shit is constantly.
Yeah, Shador as well.
Yeah, that's kind of died down a little bit because of the Gorilla talk, but yeah.
Ariel actually went to the show, so we're gonna have her on maybe next week or so to talk about her experience. She told me a little bit, like one of the ladies who was helping move the line and hand out merch, she actually held two records for Ariel because Ariel was one of the good kids that weren't giving her any trouble.
Okay.
So Ariel was like, "Can you save me?" And she was like, "I got you, babe." When Ariel said it in that voice, like, "I got you, babe," I was like, "Oh, it's a black lady." Yeah, for sure. But yeah, she's going to every show that's like she went to Tyler, Kendrick. I think Denzel Curry is next, but that's going to be at the
yeah, it's gonna be a lot smaller.
Yeah, that was at the where I went to go see Gunna at, by that movie theater in Dallas. I can't think of the name.
The Southside Ballroom.
Yeah, I think he's going to be at Southside Ballroom, which I'm never going back there. Ever. Like,
Toasty.
I'm not going back.
Hot.
I'm not going back. That's a wrap on that. Anything else we got?
Nah, man. So next week, Thunderbolts. That's gonna be the talk. I mean, I'm gonna see it in some point this weekend. And that's the main thing I got. I don't know if anything else is happening. I bagged the Switch 2. Happened.
Oh yeah.
So I'm one of the people that got in. Shout out to Walmart for once.
You gonna sell me your OLED or
what?
Huh? We'll talk about it offline.
But
yeah,
I don't got
you did
else.
get it. You got it off of Walmart. Yeah. Hey, Walmart didn't let me down yet, for real. And that's not your favorite. We talked about that. How poetic that was. That you got it from the place you hate the most.
Yep.
That everybody else let you down. Sometimes you need that thing you thought you didn't need, bro.
I had them in Best Buy open, and then the Walmart key won.
It's a standard like color, right? It's just black right now.
Yeah, there's no other color. Yeah, because the Joy-Con, the colors are in the actual controller. Yeah, so
yeah,
no, I'm sure they'll when they get going, they're gonna have
Yeah,
all sorts of shit. I'm sure.
remix it and shit.
Yeah. Or they're gonna have the different color Joy Cons again to buy.
Yeah. I never liked the red and blue thing. On an all black thing, I was like, what are we doing?
The white's my favorite from the OLED. I
Yeah,
like the white ones.
Yeah, I can imagine. I would have just did, but you know, hey, I'm not Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got going for real. But yeah, we're gonna see how this weekend go for sure.
Yeah. Hopefully I got something good to talk about with Thunderbolts for sure.
Yeah, I might try to go see it. I'm off on Tuesday, so I could go see it before the next pod.
Need to try.
I stay right down the street from the theater now, so I could just, you know what I'm saying, walk
mosey on
over
there.
Yeah. Yep. But I ain't got nothing else, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna live stream the housewarming party. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know what I'm saying? Bring your
bring what?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
want me to say this?
I don't know how we gonna do it. We got to do something.
You can do Instagram Live, bro. But
we gonna keep it ghetto. I like that. Yeah.
No, we could. I'll show you. I can show you.
Okay, yeah, we keep that shit thorough. I ain't mad at that. But yeah, we getting that shit together. I ain't got nothing else for real, bro. I'm good.
All right, well, thank y'all for stopping by as usual. We're gonna call it a day here. We'll see y'all next week, and y'all stay safe out there, man.
Yeah, peace and chicken grease, man.